Welcome back. We're back for another video. So this video is mainly about what I want to do with the RB. As some of you know, I bought an RB and I didn't post too much about the RB. Well, I will throw some clips into here and kind of just of what happened to this video. I decided to refilm this video just because I wanted to, and let me run you down on the story with the RB. Long story short is basically I got paid at work. Let it focus. Ba 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 ba. So basically I got paid at work. I had a little bit of savings set up, and there was a deal. It wasn't the quote-unquote best deal, but it was a very great deal for what it was and for like the current 240SX market. And the RB came with a car. Car had no title, but it had a complete engine. Big box transmission, it wasn't a bolt-on car, but it was just basically a full swap, just over there. The guy said it ran. And also another caveat, the story with it was he just got out of jail. He needed the money. Apparently the HOA was complaining. I might throw up a listing of it here. I did go through and swipe through like a very, very, very long time of like the listing thing. So let me show you the car. The car is rough, and I have looted this car. Like a lot of the stuff that I've taken out, I've used on plenty of my other cars, but the car itself was pretty rough. Let me show you. Bow. So this is what's left of the car, and it did have engines on it. It did have some weird looking wheels on it. It actually had a full set of these wheels. Not that great, but as you can see, pines all over the thing. But it had seats in it. It had the majority of the dash. It had that center console section. It didn't have, I don't believe it had rear seats. If it did, it probably used them on one of my cars. It had a gas tank, which was pretty cool. It had a really minty set of taillights, which I've yet sold to the gray car. If you have been watching a while, there's a gray car that I bought for about 450 bucks. But had a pretty minty hatch, which is really good. It had the headliner, which is still in the car. It's still pretty minty. I was just gonna leave it. Rain doesn't really get up in there. It had manual doors. I have since put it on the coupe, which I haven't posted that video. Let me know if you guys want to see that video. But yeah, manual doors, which was pretty cool. Had a decent hood. Had fenders on the thing. Oh wow, the hood hinge works. Overall, pretty freaking rough for what it was. But yeah, the engine was installed. It was good, man. It was good. The doors, seats, and the quarters are not too banged up. Did have a busted out quarter glass, but for what it was pretty good. It had corner lights, which I used on my car because the ones on my car were cracked. But yeah, it had a full set of these wheels, stock suspension, nothing too crazy. Let me jump into here. It had a cluster. It had seats. It had manual doors. Had all the trim pieces for the doors. It had all the mirrors. Just a good overall, like, good bones car. But oh shoot, you could see it was an auto to manual conversion. Oh, that's crazy. All right, let me go inside and continue the story. But before we go inside, here are the fenders. One fender was pretty minty, other than like a mild ding right here. The other one was pretty rough, which has a major dent right there, or like a ding, and pretty rough. But for like a rotted little car, you know, like for a shell with no title, yeah, so, you know. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't make me look all too white. Yes, it still does. Oh my gosh. Let me be right back. Boom. I look normal now. Alright, so story time. So go pick up the car, bring it back, tell all the homies, boom, got a RB car, da 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 da. Everybody's like, oh my god, da 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 da. Not really, but buzz ass. And I end up bringing it to the shop. And I was like, okay, everything looks good. Ended up pulling the spark plugs out. It felt like it had compression. We hooked up a battery to it, spun it over. The car seemed somewhat happy. I was like, okay, cool. And then I did my research, did my due diligence. I ended up finding out what kind of spark plugs the car needed, and if any stores had the spark plugs that I need for, the RB. Turns out our local O'Reilly's, shout out to O'Reilly's over there in North Carolina. Awesome people. We have an AutoZone closer. Don't like them. Their attitudes, ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, sidetrack. Alright. Shoot over there before... Man, it's been a while. No, it was after work. Or it was on the weekend. Actually, I think it might have been on the weekend. I don't remember all the videos. But basically, threw the coil packs in and looked through the car. Oh, but before I got spark plugs, there was, I think the pickup, the fuel pump pickup was basically disintegrated. So like the wiring underneath was like all torn apart, broken apart. And so was the top. Or it didn't even have one. I don't remember at this point. This was quite a while back. And so I got my OG white car, the KA car, pulled the whole fuel pump assembly out of my car, threw it in there, plugged it up, primed it. It worked. And plumbed it up all right, everything. And then shoot over to the O'Reilly's, get my spark plugs. And lo and behold, threw them in, everything like that. Made sure all the coil packs were grounded. And it like started sputtering a little bit. And then the homies were like, oh, do we have ether? Got some starting fluid. Bro, we choked that thing with starting fluid. Bro, it fired right up. I think I have some Snapchat videos somewhere. I might throw them in. It was a great feeling. It felt right. It did right. And then it had idled high. It turned out the Pixie ECU was on it. And it did not like running on the Pixie ECU, which I'm assuming it had like 550cc injectors, which now it had the stock injectors. So ended up doing that, swapping over the ECU, and it ran like a dream. Like it didn't misfire, it didn't want to boost cut, because I think that Pixie ECU was like rev locked at 3800, which not ideal. So ended up swapping the ECU. From there, it was a dream. It was like, what? Yeah, I had like the blow-up valve, heard the blow-up valve, like the stock blow-up valve. It was great. And then I had some RB25 parts RB20 parts laying around. I tried to swap over some blow-up valves, messing with it, and it was great. It was absolutely great. And got it running, and then we ended up doing crazy mile-an-hour pulls just down the road. Like right in front of the shop, we have like this road that is completely straight for like a good a little. I would want to say a little over a quarter of a mile. A little over, maybe like a third of a quarter mile, or like no, a third of a mile. Yeah. So it's something like that. So we wow, didn't overheat, da. So it just sits at my shop. The car sits at my shop, and I end up deciding, or me and Zach end up deciding. He scumbagged me into swapping it. He's like, oh, we could do it one day, blah. And it was the car was my daily at the time. So overnight we swapped the car. I wish we had proof of this. I wish I filmed that era. That would have been freaking, But I think I had my other camera, which was giving me issues, and I didn't have this camera just yet. And swapped it over. I probably did, but I wish I at least film more. Okay, but hindsight, 2020 hindsight. Cool. Then a week, start driving the car. A week goes by, and the car like hates its life. It's overheating, everything like that. And I think it busted open the radiator. Not like busted like the radiator, but it just started boiling over. It just wheezing, squeezing, everything like that. I did the stupid decision of not putting fans on it. Stupid decision on my part, but that's just kind of how it goes. Fast forward a couple days, park my car, start using my other daily, and pull the motor out, swap the K and back in like that following weekend. And then ever since that, we just pulled the RB, just put it in the back of the shop, right here, a couple feet that way, and just never really touched it. And that's where it's at. So, and then a few months go by, and I decide to take it apart. And this is where I basically started filming a little bit about the RB, kind of like the story. But I would like to post that video, but I'm choosing not to, so I'm just refilming this. So we're caught up. We're caught up on the RB story, like how I got the RB, acquired it. I will post some clips. So this kind of brings me to the whole story or the whole purpose of this video. Let me take the video or the camera off the gimbal. W Hoosier seats, man. W Hoosier. Okay, so the RB is on an engine stand. I will throw some clips into here just kind of so you can kind of know the back story. I ended up taking the whole thing apart, taking the transmission off, taking the intake off, taking the turbo off, pan off, and disassembling the majority of the front of the engine. Let me show you. Please don't pay attention to how dirty the shop is. So basically, I threw the front mount intercooler or the intake plenum. That's not original. That's not how the car came. Basically, I ended up taking or undressing the majority of the motor. Took off this, so this comes off. I just don't want to drop it because clearly people who took it off before me have dropped it and broke the thing or busted it up. The main thing I'm basically now waiting for is the idler pulleys. So if I can replace the idler pulleys, because if you can hear, not that healthy. So I do have a new water pump. Now I just need the idler pulleys. I do want to go for like the ATIs or the API new harmonic balancers. But it looks pretty good. I ended up getting a Tomei head gasket. It's on there. All I have to really do is tighten up the head. You're not really supposed to realistically let the head gasket sit on the thing, but you know, it's not really fully dressed. It is. Please don't pay attention to the sounds. But yeah, what I'm saying is it's not cranked down. It has a little bit of weight on the left and the right side, but it's not cranked down by this. It's not cranked down by the bolts on the back of the head, which these are only 10 mil, you know, tomato, whatever. But basically, I feel like I just skipped over how big this turbo is. This is such a massive turbo. This is Salen's KA car turbo. He ended up breaking the cam on it, so like the cam snout just completely broke off, and they're good. Dunzo. The motor is Dunzo, and he ended up tearing it apart, and actually his engine is right there. Crazy enough, but here is the dilemma. I wanted to ask you guys, the subscribers, on do I build like a high horsepower car or like, you know, 400 horsepower, or do I build a mild street car, stock turbo, stock intake manifold, side mount, like you guys seen, like how the pictures I've showed out on the internet so far, and I just wanted your opinion. Do I go big or do I go home? I got the baby turbo. I could actually show you guys for comparison. It is tiny. It's really probably the size of a $half. The intake or the suction part of the turbo. Blech. Let me actually pull it out. I'll show you guys. So here she is. Give or take like a 2.25 inches. But yeah, this is the turbo, and I don't know. Do I use this on that thing, or do I build like my own? Because this looks a lot bigger. Look, size comparison. So palm, the bottom of the palm, bottom of the palm. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do with this? What car do you think I should put it in? Do I put it in my OG car? Do I put it in the SR car? Do I put it in... What do I do? Comment, and biggest comment or highest amount of likes comment does it.